Welcome to Backyard Plinking. My name is Charles. I'll be your host, and we go through and explore everything BB and pellet related. Air rifles, air pistols, targets, ammo. What we're going to do today is we're going to build a challenge target. You know, you go through and you set up stuff on the range. Paper targets are fun, swinging only, steel. Things like that is great, but maybe you want to go through and you know, have a little bit more of a challenge. Maybe you got a standing bet, or push the kids a little bit more. You know, try to get them to focus. You know, the hand-eye coordination, things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a very nondescript soda bottle. You need to make sure this thing is round. Some of the ones that have the indentation and stuff like that, this is not going to work that great with. Go ahead and take the label off, and when you take the label off, you'll notice that there's a little sticky portion right there where the label will come together. We're going to use that as a guide. Now, these bottles themselves, down at the bottom, if you look, there's a ridge line that goes all the way around. I know it might be a little hard to see on camera, but it's there. They actually make the bottom separate from the body of the rest of the bottle. And then when they heat them together, it leaves a little ridge. We're going to use that as a line. We're going to use the glued part where the label come off as a starting point. Real simple, real easy. Napkin. Just a regular square little napkin that you can buy. There's like 1,000 of these things in a package, which, believe it or not, we're going to use those for an experiment too. So we're going to take the napkin and just kind of lay it on the edge of the sticky part, roll our bottle around. The napkin is on the line at the back. We're going to just kind of draw off a squared part. Back when I was in France studying under Picasso, he told me all about how to draw straight lines with a ruler. Of course, I never listened. Thank God. Alright. Now, it's going to wind up with a plastic bottle with 4 black lines. But now you can use a utility knife or a hobby knife, or you know, what we're after is something that's really sharp, because we don't want to put too much pressure on the bottle. If we do, we're going to get crinkles and wrinkles in there, and you'll see why in a minute. Any of you young people that are out there are going to try this, make sure, and you know, adult supervision. Speaking of which, maybe I need to get my wife in here before it's okay. So, we have our black lines. We're going to insert our razor knife, go right down where the glue was. Come back over just a little bit. Yep, here we go. Straight down the spine. That until we get to the bottom. Once again, on the other side, please be careful. This thing is sharp and my finger is in there. Like that. Stand it up. Thank goodness we ain't going for accuracy, because I missed it by that much. Look there. Just rolls up. Well, what you wind up with is a plastic bottle with a piece missing. Now, I washed this thing out with some water and stuff like that. That's trying to get the sticky out of it, more or less. So, we have this. We're missing the bottom section. Oh, gee whiz, that's great, cowboy. Now what? These cute little fellas right here, they call them shatter blasts. Now, in a later video, we'll go through and look at the rest of these things. They actually have some holders and things like that that you can use. Some stake up. A 6-shooter, which is not bad because you load 6 of these things, they drop down, you shoot them, it disappears, and all the way through. But for now, all we need is this and a little tape. Now, you cut the bottom of this thing out. This tape. Just a little tape right on the end of the shatter disc. And all we're going to do it's almost straight, Charles. Well, there you go. Your bifocals is out of line, see? Oh, there we go. So now we have a shatter disc hanging inside the bottle. So how's that a challenge shot? Well, when we put the bottle outside, you're going to have to shoot right through the neck of the bottle to get to the shatter disc. Now, when you cut this thing out like that, trying to get the young kids involved and stuff like that, it's a whole lot easier for them to be able to help reload this and that and the other. All they have to do is flip it over. All they need is a piece of tape, some shatter disc. You just hang them up like that. Now, you have to shoot through the neck of the bottle to hit the shatter disc. Now, don't forget, you know, we talked about the BBs and stuff like that. Most of the stuff that you're going to pick up off of the shelf doesn't have enough force behind it to be able to actually puncture this thing. However, if we're looking at it from the neck down, you can see where there's a deflection that's on there, so your backstop is going to be able to pick it up. There's, you know, not too much to worry about. Now, you hang these things in here, and a really cool thing about it is if you go through and you hang them in, you can put 4, 5, 6. The more true your shot is going through the neck of this bottle into the shatter disc, the more the shatter disc that you're going to break. Whoever breaks the most wins. Pretty easy. Huh. We got some more stuff like this going to be coming up. This is just you know, one of the first ideas. I mean, get out in the backyard. Have some fun, you know. I've told you before, I'll keep telling you, this stuff is, it's, you know, the ammo's cheap. The guns that you can get are extremely reasonably priced. The backstop cost us $17. Go outside. But what you do. Till next time, my name's Charles. It's been Backyard Plinking. I think I'll take this with me.